And we are back. Welcome to Good Energy, guys. Welcome, where we will be covering the Miami Open WTA 1000 event. And guys, make sure you join my Patreon. It's Winners Win. I have a membership option available for you. It's $100 per month, where I give you locks on these tennis matches. If you follow my Patreon, you know that I have handed out the last 9 winners in a row in this tournament, and several of them have been underdogs. If you take a look at the videos I do here, then you can see the last 2 videos I've pretty much predicted every match correctly. If you then sign up for my Patreon, I will give you the locks that I feel will hit. And yes, they have been coming in. Several messages from Patreon, from my Patreons, and they are winning. So guys, let's get into it. The Miami Open, only 3 seeds remain inside the top 10. Iga Swiatek, the number 2 seed, with a huge win yesterday against Coco Gauff. The 5th seed, Paula Badosa, taking the rookie to school last night. We'll cover those matches as well. And Danielle Collins, Danielle, she had a great win over a elite player. That's right, the number 8 seed, Jabeur, who looked really good against Kai Kanepi. And guys, there's going to be some fireworks today. Naomi, Osaka versus Danielle Collins. We will cover that match. Stay tuned, guys. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'm giving you some great energy in these videos. Jessica Pegula, the 16th seed, she is remaining. Yes, and that's it for the top 20. That's all we have left. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. The quarterfinals are here with a chance to the semifinals. Let's get right into it. Coco Gauff versus Iga Swiatek. Could Coco Gauff take it to the next level? If you follow the channel, I've been critical of Cory Gauff. She's only 18. Yes, she's got 6 titles on her belt, 4 being doubles titles, 2 singles titles. But every time she plays these elite top 10 players, it seems like she can never take it to the next gear. She starts off great, but then they figure out her style, and I'm going to tell you why shortly. Coco Gauff brought out the biggest draw in this tournament so far. Yes, she's from Florida, but she is also one of the top faces in the sport. Coco Gauff is a huge draw. She brings out the kids, she brings out the families. Hi mom, I'm on TV. Yes, the kids and the families came to see Coco Gauff. She's big time, she is a superstar. But Iga Swiatek, cool as the other side of the pillow. Not really much challenge here after the first set midway. It was tied at 3-3. Coco Gauff had a chance to break Iga Swiatek. That could have changed the result of the first set, but no, Iga Swiatek, she is saving, as I said, her break points. She's saving 60% of them, and hey, it's going to be tough to beat her with these seeking missiles, bombs. That's right, Iga Swiatek. All Cory Gauff could do was just run for cover. It was that bad. And I feel, guys, with Coco Gauff, she has the best training, the best coaching there is to offer in this sport. I do feel she's the future of tennis, but she's just missing that extra gear when she plays these top 10 elite players. The Iga Swiateks, you know, the greats of the world like Osaka, Halep, and she gets too hard on herself. You know, she gets down on herself, and you can tell it's frustrating, but you can tell it affects her game. Now, when she finally turns it around and it clicks, you can see her running off multiple titles. But Marie Sacre, look at her a couple years ago. She went through it where she's slamming down her racket. She's getting really down on herself and angry and upset until she mentally fix those errors and those mistakes, because Coco Gauff makes a lot of mistakes, Marie Sacre makes a lot of mistakes, but mentally Marie Sacre had to turn that around and fix it. And right now I feel Marie Sacre is at a point in her life where she mentally is a much stronger player, and she's had some great results so far this year. You know, she hasn't won the big ones, but the reality here is mentally, she's in a better place. Iga Swiatek, even herself mentally, before she made the personnel changes on her staff, she was very, very down on herself. One person that I do feel is mentally tough on the court, that is, rather, I think Osaka is, and she gets a lot of criticism, and a lot of people, they give her a lot of negative feedback. But the reality here is when Osaka makes a mistake on the court, she smiles, she picks her head up, and she forgets about it. She moves on to the next play. So Osaka, we're going to be covering her match here shortly. But nonetheless, Coco Gauff, I think you are the future of tennis. And just pick your head up, keep practicing, keep working, and you will be great one day. As we continue on in this video, guys, please like, subscribe, comment below. This is a preview and prediction video. I will be giving you more picks. Stay tuned, but nonetheless, show the love in the comment box. All right, let's take a look at the next matchup here. Pegula versus Kalinina, and the reality here is Kalinina, this is she's a great player. She owns a head-to-head 2-1, and Pegula, I feel she's playing really good tennis this tournament, and I'm going to do a prediction on her next round, and you guys might be shocked at what I predict. But Kalinina, she has been playing very good, a lot playing on her shoulders for her country, but this matchup would end short. She would have to retire after the first set. She got a clear injury. It was notable. She could not return anything from Jessica Pegula. Routine forehand. She just couldn't get to the ball. She had a lower leg injury, and I'm very, very disappointed. More sad for her than disappointed, I would say. Just sad because this is a big accomplishment for her, making it with a chance to make it to the quarterfinals here in such a prestige, important tournament. Nonetheless, she is out. I hope she gets better. We hope to see her soon, especially on the clay season. But nonetheless, Pegula advances. Stay tuned for that prediction. The next matchup here, Paula Badosa versus Linda Fruhvirtova. And Fruhvirtova, hey, she's winning a lot of matches. But if you watched the last preview and prediction video I did, I said, hey, put Paula Badosa on that type of lower level competition, and Paula Badosa would be undefeated, and Paula Badosa would also have won all of those championships. Fruhvirtova is what is she, 16 years old, so she is the next young phenom in the game here, but Paula Badosa is one of the best players on tour. There's no doubt about it, and this is a matchup here that I had Paula Badosa winning, with it going under as well. Fruhvirtova, much like how she looked against Sloane Stephens, I felt the experience of Paula Badosa would be too much. Victoria Azarenka withdrew. Her mind's not in tennis right now. She's going to take a break, so I wouldn't really look too much into that victory over Azarenka. She wasn't there mentally, and if you're not there mentally, tennis is a chess match. If you can't think 2-3 steps ahead of your opponent, you're just not going to win. It's simple as that. Mentally and physically, you have to be there, and Azarenka was not. Paula Badosa showed in this matchup really, really good power, her good forehands, her good backhand, and she's going to be a problem coming up here. So keep in mind, Paula Badosa, this is a tournament she can win. So I don't want you guys to count her out. We don't want to put too much focus on Iga Swiatek. Paula Badosa is here. Fruhvirtova, as for her, I do think she's the future of the sport. I think she, unlike Coco Gauff, I think her advisors, her coaches, her team, I think they're doing a good job with her because she has the confidence right now. She's won the last 6 months. She's won over 20 matches. She has the confidence, so she's going into these tournaments with nothing to lose. While I feel, on the other hand, Coco Gauff, she's a couple of years older, but I think Coco Gauff is going into these tournaments thinking she has to win them, and she's getting really down on herself. But Paula Badosa was too much. Seeking missiles. Paula Badosa just striking bombs at Fruhvirtova, and there's nothing Fruhvirtova could do about it. And this was a match that ended early, but nonetheless, Fruhvirtova, hey, continue practicing, continue working. We look forward to seeing you on tour for many, many more moons, and I think she's going to be a great player, so watch out for Fruhvirtova. Paula Badosa advances. How would Naomi Osaka do versus Danielle Collins? This is a match here that we knew would go under. Allison Riss could win the previous round against Ann Lee, but Ann Lee is no Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka made it a fairly short night, and she looks good. Naomi Osaka, if you follow the channel, I tell you all the time, Naomi Osaka does very well against less mobile players, stationary players that want to play tennis. If you play tennis with Osaka, she's going to out-hit you. She's going to hit through your defense, and the reality here is you're going to be on the defensive for the entire match. If you want to beat Osaka, you have to take chances. You have to quickly turn those defensive shots into your offensive game to where you can put Osaka on her heels and make her work and make her move. That's how you beat Osaka. As I said, these great elite players are thinking 4 to 5 moves and shots ahead of the current shot that they're hitting. So they've already calculated out the rally. If you want to beat Osaka, you have to transition that defense into offense, make her work, change her game plan, backhand down the line, backhand across court. That makes Osaka pressured, and Osaka does not do well under pressure. The players that have been able to beat her, she's 10-2 on the year. Amanda Anisimova, Kudermetova, those are players that took risks. Kudermetova does not play like that. That match against Osaka, she took risks. Her coaches told her she needed to, and it worked out. How would Belinda Bencic do against Sasnovich? Well, this is a match that I predicted, but Belinda Bencic should win this match. However, I do want to see Sasnovich do well. Her mother told her, when Sasnovich said to her mother she wanted to be a tennis champion, her mother laughed at her. So I really want to see Sasnovich do good, but she's having her best year ever. So I expect her to jump in the rankings. And congratulations to Sasnovich for just playing so well. She's been practicing so hard, but Belinda Bencic will win this match in straight sets. Belinda Bencic looks really good, and there's just not much Sasnovich could do. She's been making a lot of mistakes the last couple of matches, and I think she's just tired. She's playing a lot of games, so Belinda Bencic advances. This next matchup here, I said, was probably the toughest of yesterday's matches to predict, but nonetheless, on my Patreon, yes, I did predict this match correctly. Take Kvitova to start off fast, and that's exactly what she did. Kvitova versus Kudermetova. Kvitova owns the head-to-head to, if I'm not mistaken, to love. With both of those coming last year, with the most recent, if I'm not mistaken, was that Chicago or Cincinnati? But nonetheless, Kvitova, she owns a head-to-head to love. However, she hasn't really been playing that well this year, 8-6 on the year. This is a match Kvitova would win in straight sets. And Kvitova, the first set, she was up 5-2. It looked like Kvitova would close it out early. But Kudermetova is just a fighter. She does not stop fighting. And Kudermetova would then hold, make it 5-3 after being broken twice. Then she would break Kvitova 5-4, and then she would hold. So we were tied at 5-5, and Kvitova was down love 30. So it looked like Kudermetova was simply going to come back and steal the set. Kudermetova does not stop fighting. She is a person that, if you follow the channel, I like her game. She has a good serve, one of the best serves in the game, along with Kvitova. So she can match her service game. She's more athletic. She's more fit. She has one of the best poses in the game. If you have a chance, watch my video I did on the top sports poses that are intimidating. We had Serena Williams on there. We had Mike Tyson on there, Barry Bonds. So take a look at that video. Some great information on that video, and it's just entertaining. But nonetheless, Kudermetova falls short. And the reality here is Kvitova has a very strong forehand. Okay, I'm going to do a video on the top 10 forehands in the industry right now in the WTA. And the reality here is Kvitova is going to make that list. Her forehand is very powerful. Iga Swiatek, I will be predicting that match. Stay tuned. Kudermetova is out. This next match had a lot of Bush League tactics, and the reality is I'm not going to spend too much covering this match. I did pick Daria Seville to win and advance in this match, but the reality here is Bronzetti played really great the first set, and Seville had to dig deep in the second set. But the third set, Bronzetti had a couple match points, and Daria Seville, she had several warnings from, she had a couple warnings from the chair umpire, taking a long time in between serves, going to wipe her face where there was no sweat, and just throwing off Bronzetti's rhythm. Bronzetti wanted to play at a fast pace, and she was beating Seville single-handedly. She had a couple match points, and this match was over. Seville resorted to Bush League tactics. Bronzetti got really upset, and it frustrated her game. She was calm, composed, and focused. When Daria started the nonsense, Bronzetti got really angry, and you can see right away Seville would run off a couple holds to love, and I don't really like the tactics like that. You know, that's the Rafael Nadal type of stuff that throws your opponent off when you're getting beat and you probably should lose. But nonetheless, Daria Seville won this matchup, and she will advance. She's going to face Belinda Bencic. Alright guys, preview and predictions coming up. Stay tuned. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment below. Show the love, guys. It takes a lot of time and energy to make these videos. If you can donate, anything helps. Danielle Collins versus Jabeur. This was the lock of the day. I put it on the Patreon. Put as much as you like on Danielle Collins, the underdog, and yes, she came through. Danielle Collins won the first set 6-2, the second set 6-4. Jabeur, look, she got the win over Kai Kanepi. She looked pretty good in that win, but I saw a lot of holes in that match, and that's why I felt very confident with Danielle Collins winning this matchup here. Jabeur, not only was her outfit very uncomfortable, she got very frustrated early on with Kai Kanepi. When it was tied 3-3, Kai Kanepi had several break opportunities, and she's out. Danielle Collins advances, and a lot of that was just her backhand. Danielle Collins has one of the strongest backhands on tour. I will be doing a top 10 backhand player video. Stay tuned for that. Danielle Collins versus Naomi Osaka. Let's get right into it. Actually, let's take a look at Daria Seville versus Belinda Bencic first. This is a matchup where Seville owns a head-to-head 2-1, but these matches are old, 8-9 years old. That's old content, old data. It's completely irrelevant. But nonetheless, Seville on the year, she's 13-6. She's winning 63% of her service games, 30% of her return games. She's only putting up about 1 ace per game, 6 double faults. That's a lot. She's making a lot of mistakes. And against the lower level competition, she was pretty shaky early on with those mistakes, but a lot of that was her just returning to form, which she's somewhat there. But she's playing a lot of tennis, and she's been looking really tired lately. She should have lost against Bronzetti yesterday, and the reality here is she was a huge favorite, which was unwarranted. And the reality here is, in sports, a lot of times when you get by a match where you should have lost, normally you don't make it past that next round because there's a lot of holes and inconsistencies that have been exposed. Belinda Bencic's winning 74% of her service games, 27% of her return games, and Belinda Bencic is putting up 3 aces per game. Double faults, she's making a few per game as well. She's saving 59% of her break points. She's converting on 45% of her converted break points. This is a matchup here where Belinda Bencic, if she holds serve, she's going to win the match. Seville has shown that she can be broken. I like the extreme consistency that Belinda Bencic is showing on her service game lately. Belinda Bencic has played the tougher competition in this tournament. If she can beat an informed Sasnovich and make her look very, very basic with as much as she throws at you, Sasnovich throws drop shots at you. She's always running on the move, a lot more fit than Seville. with this matchup with Seville, it's going to be more of a tennis match. Belinda Bencic is going to be able to hit through Seville's defense. She's going to be able to just crack her forehand down the line. Seville might even retire in this matchup, but I can see Belinda Bencic just hitting her off the court. I have Belinda Bencic winning this matchup, and I'm pretty confident about that match. Enjoy. Belinda Bencic will advance to the semifinals with a win over Daria Seville. And get your popcorn, folks. This next matchup is the match of the day. That's right, Naomi Osaka versus Danielle Collins. Now, these two ladies have played twice before, coming a few years ago at the Indian Wells and Beijing. Naomi Osaka won both of those matches in straight sets. And will it go the same way today? Quite possibly it could go. Danielle Collins on the year, she's 10-2 on the year. She's winning 78% of her service games, 39% of her return games, averaging about 3 assists per game, a few double faults. She's saving 58% of her break points, and she's converting 45% of her break point opportunities. Osaka, on the other hand, also 10-2 on the year. She is winning 80% of her service games. 80%, unbelievable amount. Pretty much Danielle Collins is right there as well. 37% of her return games. Again, Danielle Collins is right there as well. She is putting up 5 aces per game, making about 3 double faults per game. Consistent with Danielle. Both of these ladies are playing on similar levels. However, Osaka gets more criticism for the 2 losses she's faced, coming from Amanda Anisimova and Kudermetova. But both of those ladies take risks, and that's how they beat Osaka. They took risks when they needed to, and it ended up working out for them. This matchup here is definitely, of the 2 matches, the tougher to predict on the day. But I would have to lean for the over in this match. I would take the over 20 games in this matchup. That's my official prediction. Take the over 20 games. Both ladies, they're holding their serve. If both ladies are holding their serve, this match should go over. And the reality here is this match, it could come down to just simply 2 mistakes. These ladies are both playing so well. What Danielle Collins did against Jabeur is much more impressive than what Osaka did against Alison Riss last matchup. If Alison Riss can win, 4 games off Osaka, 2 in the first set, then Danielle Collins can definitely win 4. Or if not more, off of Osaka. But the reality here is, when you're looking at what they have in their arsenal, Naomi Osaka has a deadly forehand, and I could see her forehand racking up points against Danielle Collins. Danielle Collins isn't the most mobile player, but she does look very fit. She looks to be in great shape after coming back from her surgery. Her first match was a little shaky, but she did get through it with the victory. She looked much better against Jabeur, but Osaka moves a little bit better than Jabeur. Danielle Collins is going to have the better backhand in this matchup. I think in this tournament, Danielle Collins has one of the best backhands going. Osaka has one of the best forehands going. If both of these ladies use their tools, I think they're going to win service games, and I think they're going to hold. And that's why I like this match to go over 20 games. That's a prediction. If I had to pick a winner, the reality here is I've seen more from Danielle Collins. This would be an underdog or pass situation for me. Exactly, underdog or pass for me. But the official lock would be to take the over 20 games. Thank you guys. It's been good energy. That's going to conclude what we have for today. Join me tomorrow where I do the remaining preview and predictions of the quarterfinal round. We're going to have a great matchup. Iga Swiatek versus Petra Kvitova. That's going to be an amazing match. And then we have Paula Badosa versus Jessica Pegula. Tomorrow's matches are going to be exciting. You're going to want to stay tuned. You're going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to click the like button, because tomorrow's matches are going to be amazing. I'm going to give you those preview and predictions early, so stay tuned for those too. And again, this has been good energy. Have a great day, guys.